That's like the old commercial for the Kroger garden. Remember that? Remember the Kroger garden? There used to be a commercial for Kroger. That's right, there was. There was a commercial for Kroger where they talked about the Kroger garden. And this is back around probably about 1986 or 1987. Back in that time frame. There's a commercial where they talked about the Kroger garden for Kroger supermarkets. They did. And it was funny too, because it showed the girl that works at Kroger. She goes like this. She had like a melon or a cantaloupe or something. She goes like this. Like that. She did. She really did that. And it was funny too, because she starts off with a smile on her face. Like that's how she was probably just supposed to go like this. Like that. But they probably gave her like a rotten melon or something like that. The melon was probably rotten. It was probably stinking really bad. So she went. Or the side view was like this. Yeah, remember that commercial? It was for Kroger. See, I went to Kroger today, but nobody bubbled. No, seriously, I did. I went to Kroger today, and it was just as boring as it usually is. And that's how. And Kroger has always had a lot of slogans that were just that didn't make any sense. Like, remember this one? Remember crow for it? Remember that? Remember when the Kroger commercial used to say crow for it? What's that supposed to mean? Crow for K-R-O. Crow for it. They made up a whole new word. Crow for it. I'm crowing. Crow for it. Seriously, they did. Or... And let's go Krogering was another one. But I don't think they had nearly as many weird slogans as IGA or Thriftway. I remember Have a Thriftway Day. Remember that? But it's not nearly as funny as the Kroger Garden. So that's how. And there used to be this one guy who had like a big grudge against like supermarkets and stuff on like old BBSs and stuff. But there was somebody's going to jail. But that's the that's how it was. Also, another thing about Kroger, that we used to have a friendly neighborhood Kroger back when I was growing up. I mean, it wasn't there nearly long enough, or maybe it was there too long. Who knows? But they moved out. They moved out of the neighborhood because they were actually doing good business, which seems to be a Kroger hallmark. Seems to be shutting down the stores in places where they do good business and relocating them out to where they don't do any business. See, that's a Kroger hallmark. It is. But anyway, we used to have a friendly neighborhood Kroger when I was growing up, and it was there for probably about 10 years. And the thing is, it was in a shopping center that completely ruined any hope of stargazing. See, because at the time, I had a huge telescope that belonged to my brother, and it was And this was around the time of like Halley's Comet and stuff. And we couldn't use, the entire northern sky was a complete washout because the shopping center had Kroger and Kmart and some Walgreens and some other stores. Left its lights on, left really bright parking lot lights on the whole night. Even though every store in that shopping center closed at about 5 in the afternoon. Remember that? Those stores were hardly ever open. And half the time that shopping center was there, most of the storefronts in it were vacant. And even when the stores actually existed there, they closed at about 3 in the afternoon. So, but yet, even though there's nothing open overnight, they kept their parking lot lights on overnight, which were just bright. You could see them from 3 blocks away, and it completely obliterated the northern sky. Then there was, on the south side, just to the south, the southern sky was obliterated because there's a street light that was too bright. And I wanted to take a BB gun and shoot out that street light because we couldn't see Halley's Comet because of this. But then the eastern sky got pretty much obliterated too because the neighbors got this big green light that they kept shining all night. I don't know why. It looked like it was like a green on a traffic light, but it was super bright. So, I mean, the sky in at least 3 directions was completely obliterated on those nights. And those are on the nights it was even clear at all. So that's, let's see, I'm checking the latest email here. Got like 4 emails that were pretty much useless. We'd like to suggest a friend to you on Facebook, even though it's a complete stranger. I just got about 4 emails on Facebook of people suggesting that I add some guy to my friends list who's a total stranger. But, and also, another thing I need to do is check the Occupy Cincinnati Facebook page again. As well as the Occupy Wall Street Facebook page. See, this is what I'm doing. I'm occupying Facebook is what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. Okay. All right, now this didn't work out too well. Okay, Occupy Wall Street Facebook page is 300. Let's see, it has 360,844 fans. There's over 360,000 fans on Facebook, which is usually a very right-wing site, but Occupy Wall Street has over 360,000 Facebook fans. So that shows you who's winning the battle right now. But yeah, so I think there should have been an Occupy Kroger shopping center. That's right, that would have been cool if the Occupy movement was around 25 years ago, so we could occupy the Kroger shopping center. So, or actually, it was the Kroger and Kmart and all that stuff. The Kmart made me madder than the Kroger did, even though the Kmart stayed there later. But then, of course, what did they replace the Kroger with? I know for a long time they let most of the storefronts there sit empty, and the city allowed this to go on and blight the neighborhood. But that's the story of the Kroger garden for you.